guys, I'm Gabby and welcome to my YouTube channel. I love gardening. It's a hobby I picked up about 2 years ago. I live in Montreal, Canada, so I can only garden 3 to 4 months of the year, but still I make the most of it. So I love gardening and I want to share my gardening experience with you. I know I have learned a lot on gardening from other YouTube videos. So here I am sharing my gardening experience, my very little gardening knowledge, but hey, let's all learn together. Actually, the first video I ever posted to this channel is a tour of my garden. So if you want to go check it out, I'll make sure to link it right here. I have a balcony garden, and for the past years I've been able to grow some vegetables, some flowers, some herbs, and I really enjoy it. I find it so rewarding. So it's an activity that I love doing, and even if right now it is like minus 10 degrees outside in Montreal, I'm literally wearing a turtleneck and it's been snowing for the past few days. We are mid-March, which kicks off the gardening season. Because I have some seeds that I need to plant. So I plant them indoors, of course, which is also why we are currently in my kitchen. I really hope that the next video will be outside. For today, we are inside because it is very cold. So I'll be making a series out of these videos to kind of show you my garden through the whole summer. So this is episode 1, season 1. Let's say season 1 will be for the 2022 garden year. And then this is episode 1, and I'll be making more episodes through the year. So if you don't want to miss any of these episodes, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Okay, so let's get started. I will show you what I use to garden, and then I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do today. So I have a big box where I store all of my gardening stuff. This is the box. It's a pretty big box, and then we even have stuff on top of it. A few things that we're gonna use today and that I use to get my garden started every year is these little pots. So these are kind of like cardboard pots, and they are made to plant your seeds inside or outside, really doesn't matter. But what I like about these is that, there we go, once your seed is ready to be planted outside in a bigger container, this is biodegradable, so the plant will go through it and this will kind of degrade in the soil through the summer. Also, sometimes it's very easy to peel off, so that way you don't damage the roots as much when you transfer them to one another. So I tried a bunch of different things in the past 2 years. Last year I tried like an egg carton to put my seeds in, and as I have some extra leftovers this from last year. This worked okay. Not my favorite. I find that these containers are very small, and then I ended up, like, my seeds were too big for the containers, but it wasn't warm enough outside to put everything already in its soil for the season. So I'm probably not gonna use this again, but it worked well in terms that the seed did grow from it. I just felt like I didn't give me much space. I really prefer these. This is pretty cheap. I just got some more for today. So this is a pack of 22, and I think I got this for $3. So here we go, $6. I have 44 pots, which I think is a really good start. What else are we going to use? I have some soil in here. There we go. So I also got this one from last year, and I have some leftover from last year. Soil is good all the time, even the soil that I use outside. It is still in my pots outside, and it's fine for the winter. It freezes, and then when it comes summer, it's gonna, when it comes to summer, it's gonna defrost, unfreeze. I don't know what the word is. And then you can just reuse it again. So it doesn't go bad. So I got some extra from last year. So what you want to make sure you have is some that is made for seed starting, right? So this is really important because it has the right minerals and the right texture to promote the growth of your seeds. So if you do start from seeds, make sure you have this. When you plant your seed, it's very fragile, and you want to make sure that the seed doesn't move around in the soil too much. So you need to be very careful about watering it. So I do have a water jug that I use the spray to water it at the beginning of the season. So you just want the soil to be moist, right? You don't want to be soaked in water. So this is a good purchase. And then I'm also going to try this year. So I've seen this in other videos. You use a plastic water bottle and then you just do little holes in the cap. And then you can kind of water it like this. So that way you make sure it's very low pressure. So I might as well try this. So I'll try these out. So we'll see in the next videos which one I prefer. Another thing we'll be using today to get us started for the gardening season, I have these trays. So they are very basic plastic trays. I have 4 of them. And I use them to put my little pots in, right? Once you have your little pots, you need to put them somewhere. So like this, and then it kind of carries it. So make sure you have trays to carry your plants around. Sometimes I'll also move them from one window to another. So this is super useful. And then I use one at the bottom and I use one on top. Ta-da! So it kind of creates like a greenhouse effect. There we go. So it creates a greenhouse effect. So that is really good, especially if you're like me and you start your seeds inside. So this will promote growth because then it makes everything humid, and with the sun hitting on it, it kind of makes it all warm and moist inside. So this is really, really good. I didn't have that the first year, and I only bought it for the second year, and it was much better. Last thing I'll be using, and this is a new little gadget that I got for myself. It is a seeding heat mat. So I've seen videos about that, I've read articles about it, and I want to try it this year, so that will be a first for me. So this is a heating mat that you put underneath your tray, and then it heats it up. So it promotes the growth of your seeds. So I got this on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description down below if you're interested. So we'll test it out together, see if it works. There was a bunch of sizes. So I took the smallest one, and I find it to be pretty big, actually, which is more than enough. So I'll probably be able to do one tray on the seeding mat. And then if I like it, maybe I'll get another one. We'll try it. You just plug it in. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, so this is pretty much what we're going to use today. So I have the soil, I have the mat, I have my pots, I have my trays. Last thing that I have not shown you is my seeds. So let me present you my seeds right now. All right, so for the past 2 years and for this year again, I ordered my seeds online. I get them from a company that is called Semences du Portage. I will also link them in the description down below. This is the seeds that I got for the year. I stored them in this little box that I got as a gift from my mother-in-law. I also put them in a little plastic bag because once the little packets are open, sometimes it goes everywhere. So let me show you the seeds that I got for this year. So here are all the seeds that I ordered for this year. So I have some flowers and I have some vegetables. I got 4 different types of flower, and then I, by mistake, ordered 2 of the same, and then I also got a little gift here. This one is a Centauri Bleuet, so it's meant to be these pretty beautiful blue and purple flowers. I have some cosmos, so this is my second year growing cosmos. I got some my first year, and they are beautiful flower. They grow very, very tall, and they're like they kind of look like a wildflower, and this is a mix of different colors, so I'm super looking forward to grow these again. Here we have Immortel en mélange. This is also a brand new type of flower I'll be growing this year, so I also thought they looked really pretty with the red color, so I think it's going to be a nice mix because these are more in the pink and purple type of colors. And then we have some zinnia. So I also grew these in my first year, and I really, really love them. They make like some huge flower, like kind of big like this, and they also grow very tall, and I just thought they were so beautiful, so I really want to grow them again this year. And lucky me, I ordered 2. This one, so this will be a surprise because this I got as a gift, so I didn't order this. It was given to me by Semences du Portage, so thank you so much. And I am quite curious because magnifique feuillage argenté et fleurs vibrant magenta. So like a silver and kind of purple type of flower. So I'm sure this will look very nice with especially these two to kind of keep in the purple and pink colors. So we have a mix of some that need to be planted inside, some outside, but none of them to plant today. So they are later in the season. So we'll put them aside for today. Okay, time for the veggies. I got loads. First one, green onions. I tried to grow some in my first year and the squirrels ate them all. So hopefully this works best this time. Rocket, this is a classic that I grow every year. So easy to grow. Kale, also super easy to grow. This is something I'm trying for the first time this year. So radis melon d'eau, so a watermelon radish. It just looks so pretty. So looking forward to this, but this will be a test. I have a mix of lettuce. This is also a classic. This will be my third year growing lettuce. Super easy to grow. And honestly, like fresh lettuce, it's so good. So really looking forward to this again. And then I'm trying a different type of lettuce. So this is a mesclun, so like a mix of different types of leaves of lettuces. So I think this will be my first time growing this. So looking forward to this as well. Spinach. Also a classic in my garden. This will be my third year growing spinach. We have some cucumber. This will also be a test. This apparently is okay to grow in a container garden. So I'll be trying it out. I've never tried growing such a big vegetable before. So this will really be a test, but I'm looking forward to it. Some betacard. I got some last year and it was delicious. It's also really pretty to grow because the stem is these beautiful orange color. And I just love betacard. Also called Swiss chard in English, I believe. So yeah, big fan of this and it grows super easily. I got some baby tomatoes. So last year I had some big and small tomatoes and the small tomatoes were just so much easier to grow. So I'm taking just these for this year. So just a mix of baby like cherry tomatoes. Another test, tomatillo. I love tomatillo and green salsa, but I find it very hard sometimes to find at the store. So when I saw that Semence du Portage was offering tomatillo, I was really excited. Oops, sorry, shaky camera. I was very excited for this, so we'll be trying this as well for the first time. We'll be testing it together. I have different types of pepper, so I'm trying poivron banane, poivron rond de Hongrie, Hungarian hot wax, and jalapeno. So some hot, some not hot. I love hot peppers. Last year I grew habaneros and they were the most successful thing I've ever grown in my garden. So I want to keep experimenting with peppers. So these we're actually all going to plant today because they all need to be inside mid-March, which is exactly today. Oh, this is end of March. So these two are end of March actually, sorry. So these I might wait 2 more weeks to plant them just to be sure. So we'll do these two today. And then otherwise for these, so it really is a mix. Some are going inside April, some it's more directly outside like the betacard. So these are going to wait for later in the season. And then for today, we're going to focus on the jalapeno and Hungarian hot wax. So anyway, this is my collection of seeds. Do you think I have enough? I think I have more than enough. So this is it for the seeds and now let's get to the gardening. All right, so this is the work surface we'll be working with today. I'm trying like a wider angle so you can see everything, but that includes seeing my trash can and seeing a bunch of other things. Anyway, so we're gonna need a tray. We're gonna need the seeds. We're gonna need the soil, especially for seeding. And then what I'm gonna use is I have a bucket, just like your average bucket. And I'm going to put the soil in the bucket and mix it with a little bit of water because you want your soil to be humid for your seeds. So it's always best to kind of mix it just before. And then you have your little containers. So once you have your moist soil, then you can put it in your little containers. And then that will really help promote the growth of the seeds. And now I'm struggling here to open, anyway, separate them, doesn't matter. All right, so I have put my soil here. So I just have some soil mixed in with water. It is wet enough that it like sticks to my hand, right? It's not sand, but at the same time, you don't want mud. You just want some nice moist soil. So this is a really good consistency. I just put soil in my bucket and added water until the desired consistency. I don't use precise measurement. This is gardening, not baking. And then I have my little pot. So I'm going to do 3 pots. Here's my other one. I'm gonna do 3 pots for each of the types of pepper. So always do more than what you're actually planning on growing in your garden, because not everything will actually grow. So it's better to have more, and then you always keep the stronger plant. So we're gonna fill this up with soil. There we go, nothing fancy, and then you can tap it to make sure you have soil all the way at the bottom, and then you want to leave like about 1 to 2 centimeters at the top to get leave some space for your seed. And then we're just gonna tap it a little bit, just so it creates kind of like a nice little bed for our seed. So just like this, right? It's not rock hard, it's just a little bit tapped, and then I have the space at the top. One thing I'm gonna use that I didn't show earlier is I'm gonna use a pan. Ta-da! So this is just useful to do the holes for the seeds. You could also use a finger, but I feel like this is the perfect size for the hole. So I'm gonna be using this. All right, so let's get started with the Hungarian hot wax. Pull a few in your hand like this. So I don't want to do them all. So I'm gonna do holes 1, 2, 3, and then just drop it. Boop, boop. There we go. And then I'm gonna keep these for later. And that's it. And then you just wanna, let me bring you closer. Then you just wanna close it. Like this. Don't tap it too hard, right? Otherwise your seed won't be able to come out. And then there we go. That's it. That's all you need to do. We're gonna water it later, but let's do the other ones first. So when it comes to identifying my seeds, I got it very basic. I just take some popsicle stick and write what it is on it. There we go. So I have my little popsicle stick, and then I just put them on the side because I don't want to disturb the seed I just planted. Ta-da! And then what I usually do is in my phone, I will write down the date of the day that I planted the seeds, so that way I can kind of track it this way for how long it's been growing. So Hungarian hot wax is done. I'm just gonna put them aside, and now we're gonna do the same process, but with the other seed. There we go. So the jalapenos are done too. I'm just realizing these are hot peppers, so I'm gonna wash my hands because I don't want to put my hands near my face and then have something unpleasant happen. So let me just do that. All right, so I set up the heating pad. It seems like you just plug it in and it starts heating. I can already feel it. And then it is recommended to put it like under a towel. So I just use an old towel. So I am set up here. Let me move you a second. This is my biggest window, so I want to make sure my seeds get as much sun as possible. So this will be my setup. Of course, this is no decoration. It is in the way, but we do it for gardening. So I'm just going to put my seeds on here. Ta-da, perfect. And now I'm just going to water them to make sure they are humid enough for their first day. So let me just get my water. Really what's important is that you want a very light water pour because you don't want to move the seed around. So I think I need to work on my holes, but anyway. So these look good. This is a very good consistency. And then we have the heating mat underneath, which is great. So I'm just going to put my dome on top of it. There we go. Ta-da! You have a beautiful greenhouse happening right in your living room. And then in a few weeks, we'll have hot peppers. All right, this is it for the video. First gardening day of the year is done. It's really weird because I'm looking outside at snow and it looks so cold, like the wind is blowing. It's really not giving me spring vibes at all. I have Get It Started. I have dirty fingernails, which I love. So my seeds are already. So we planted jalapeno and Hungarian hot wax hot peppers. Now they need to grow for a few days. So this is the process that I do when it's time to get the garden ready, get it started. I feel like it's always kind of the longest time. And then of course when we're gonna do it outside, the whole setup with the pots and everything. So we have so many more videos about gardening coming up in the next few months, and I'm so excited. Thank you so much for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you like this video. Let me know in the comments down below if you're into gardening. Yes, no, are you getting started? What's your experience? All right, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next gardening video series. Bye guys.